Hello friends, this is an application for advanced bail. If I make some mistakes, you should excuse me. So we are making, this is our second session on practical criticism. We are trying to apply the method used by I. Richards and the other new critics to try to appreciate or interpret poems without any background knowledge. We don't know the title, we don't know the author, then we have no historical background, we have no authorial, any knowledge about the author's biography or any cultural background, any such thing. What are we trying to do is we are just trying to see the text as such. We consider it as autonomous and see what or how, what the text speaks and how the whole thing has been crafted and what is the focus to the whole thing. For example, the tension, the paradox, the irony, the dialogism, to use a phrase from Mikhail Bakhtin, dialogism, polyphony, if you want to call it, you can call all these things here also, polyphony and things like that. So, what is the purpose of all this? What is the focus? What is the idea? What the poet wants to, what does the poet want to convey? So these are the things that we are going to see, and how do we enjoy this? What is the pleasure-giving mechanism used in these lines and so on? So once you answer these questions, all these questions, then what happens is that you have made a practical criticism of these lines, say to some extent, because there is no end to meaning. As we have seen, play of signifiers, now we are in a world where signifiers are, the play of signifiers continues without any scope for ending. Because it goes on, see, for example, you have the idea of, I am not bringing all these ideas here just to make things complicated. You have got difference, deference, and deference and all those things, isn't it? Yes, when we apply all these things here, that is deconstruction or multiple voices of post-structuralism and things like that. Am I confusing you? So I stop here. So what we will do is that we saw this, April is the coolest month, breeding, etc. Now April is the coolest month, we saw April is already loaded with tension. What is the tension here? You see, April for some, in certain contexts, April is a very happy month. In some other context, it's a very sad month. It is a tragic month. So again we are asking this question, is this experience shared by all or only by the writer of this line? So is it a micro level experience or a macro level experience? So these are questions that you can ask when you are trying to find the meaning of these lines. Alright, so now we are proceeding with then we continue with the second line. So far we have seen April is the coolest month, breed month. So we have come to certain points like this. April is or the contrast there. There is an irony. April is the coolest month. There is another. See that you also have irony there. Then the coolest means what implies is there must have been cruel and crueler months. See in what way those months were cruel or crueler. These are things again that will take you back to the writer or the world as such. Understand? Yeah. So breeding. This word breeding has got a negative connotation. In Hamlet, you know, isn't it? Dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds. Dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds about Ophelia. See, speaking about Ophelia, Hamlet's remark. Dangerous, so breeding. So here you can see, in this, the whole situation is gloomy. the whole situation is very sad and is irredeemably lost, as you can see, irrecoverably lost. So we have got breeding lilacs, no other flowers. Lilacs, the lilac flowers or that plant has got a direct connection with death and destruction and devastation. So for example, Walt Whitman's poem, when lilacs in the dooryard bloomed, that is, he wrote it in connection with the murder of his captain, that is Abraham Lincoln. So breeding lilacs, that means it seems that again that bloom, that tragic feeling is intensified against. Breeding lilacs. Further, dead land. The land is dead. The mind of human beings, dead. The denizens are dead. The inhabitants are dead. So, if at all anything can come up from such a mind, that is lilacs and a symbol of death. A symbol of a murder committed or a murder of a very important or illustrious person. That is. So one after another you get April is the coolest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead lands. So that feeling. So now there are, even if there are thousands of lines in this poem, the first two lines tell you all about this poem. What's going to happen? Where is the writer leading you to? So such things is very clear. So you see the unity. Mixing memory and desire. Memory and desire, that we can say the time, contraction of time, the tension there also. Memory, past, desire, present and future. So past, present and future, they mix and mingle here. Mixing memory and desire. Memory for the past, that is past civilizations or whatever it is. Now the human being who is now experiencing these things, he is in a way, yes, he is unable to control his feelings. He is in a delirium, so to say, in a sort of delirium. So the writer has put the human being in a sort of delirium, as it is. It's lost all the sense of logic, everything. But there is a gloom, tension, memories of murder, memories of destruction, memories of extermination, memories of all the sad things that you can ever imagine. So, and at the same time this is another thing. At the same time there is some kind of movement or some hope for the future, but it cannot come up. That hope, a hope for anything, that is desire. So what happens to the desire? Desire is dull. Desire is dull. So your hope is dull. There is not even a scope for a desire. That is future. That is, we can say, past and present, they collide. There is that tension, temporal tension also. Time. See? And then nothing comes out of it. So memory and desire. Then what happens? Desire, the roots of desire, dull. The roots of desire you find dull. Dull. Spring rain cannot do anything because you are unable to move. Think of a person lying on a table anesthetized before operation. You give him the best of the things that he would like to get in this world. He's unable to move. Again and again you see like a hammer stroke. The same idea of that sterile, that barren, that desert-like situation is presented before you. Like a painting, layers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how we appreciate. See, here is the application for advanced bathing. So don't find fault with it. Okay. So develop roots with spring rain. Roots of what? Roots of my desire. Anything is left. There is spring rain, but I am unable to respond to that. You are suffering from indigestion. Terrific indigestion. Distended stomach and air balls coming through your mouth, vomiting sensation. At that time you are given most delicious jalebi to eat. You are unable to eat. It's like that. Or you get the best of ice creams in the world, you are unable to respond. So spring rain, nothing else. Understand? Yeah. Then we and this is it. So first 4 lines you interpret like this. So this is the way, what are you doing? You are trying to apply the new critical method to the first 4 lines of this work of art. What is the work of art? We don't know. So the impression that is created in the mind of the reader is that something terrible has happened. So terrible that you are unable to get out of it. So terrible that no outside help can relieve you of this. So terrible that you are just like you are in a situation as though you have been totally paralyzed or anesthetized. Anesthesia. See? So you have got images like that, one after another. The images are April is coolest, lilacs bleeding, memory and desire, but no hope. What is stirring? Stirring. See, you are dead. And stirring means unable. You can't lift your hands. Stirring. No action. Listen. So, spring rain. Spring rain is there. So that may be another reason why cruelest. Because you have been given the elixir of life. That is spring rain. Nature cannot respond, humans cannot respond. It's not a question of cannot, but it is the total helplessness. Nature, total helplessness. Humans, helpless. Activities in nature has come to a grinding halt. Nothing can happen. So, understand. Then further we go. Winter kept us warm. Naturally, you will ask, who is this us? Who is speaking here? We so far, no human being appears here. So, here April is the coolest month, bleeding lilacs are the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots as well. Now humans. Here comes the first human being. A single man speaking for all, or 2 or 3 people are speaking. Says, winter kept us warm. So there you have the first reaction from the world of human beings. So the world of human beings, the denizens of this land, the inhabitants of this land, their situation, they are very happy with winter. Winter, we know, it is a season where nothing grows. You remember Label, Dame, Sans Mercy. What ails thee, night at arms? Alone and palely loitering. The sedges wither from the lake and no birds sing. So there again you have got that impression or that experience of a totally helpless situation. The sedges wither from the lake and no birds sing. So nature has withdrawn. There is no life in nature. And the animal kingdom too withdrawn. There is no life. No birds sing. And here what happens? Then what happens here is us. What about us? We are very happy to be in that anesthetized situation. That condition, we enjoy that. We want, we are unable to. Anesthetized condition. Otherwise it is going to be dangerous. Suppose without anesthesia you are taken to the operation table, then what will be the condition? You will shout and do all this. So now it is, you can do anything with us. That is the meaning. So winter kept us warm for us. So then again there is an irony, a contrast. How can winter keep you warm? Winter is hurting season. Winter is not a comfortable season at all. But still it kept us warm. It's just like saying a patient on a table, anesthetized. He says it is a very, very good and comfortable condition. Very warm. Because you are unable to sense whether it is warm or whether it is cold. So again like a hammer stroke I told you. So presenting before us is totally helpless situation. For nature, for animal world and humans. Covering earth in forgetful snow. Who is for the snow is not forgetting. The snow causes you to forget. So snow again. Freezing. A sense of freezing. It is a frozen world. Where you are in a frozen world. And you don't know whether you are in a condition, your condition is, your situation, you are in a warm, you are enjoying warmth or you are enjoying terrible cold. You don't know. But you hope, or you have in subconscious mind, you think that it is warm. And again, so here what happened, the existence, human existence is getting melted. Yes, no? Human existence. So it is, winter kept us warm, covering earth in forgetful snow. Snow is not forgetful, but snow makes us forgetful. Understand? Nothing, no life. Feeding a little life with dried tubers. Feeding a little life. Something is left. And dried tubers. Now what does that signify? That means before this Holocaust, you can say, or before this terrible tragedy, when they were alive to themselves and to nature, they had stored something. Past perfect tense. They had stored something. And for some unknown reason, which they themselves don't know, they are taking bit by bit and then feeding them. Feeding them. When the word feeding, what does that mean? So that means you are feeding a baby. You don't feed a grown-up man. Grown-up man eats by himself. Feeding, that means you are again helpless. And that helplessness of human being, nature, that is what is again and again in one image after another. Like the compartments of a train, one image after another, whether you like it or not, it is rushing forth, and you are in a world of delirium. Humans, animals, and nature, in a world of, in a condition of delirium. So this is what you see. Again you see a little. You know what is the difference between a little and little? Little is negative, isn't it? A little means you don't expect anything, but then you find something moving. That's why a little. You remember now in the grammar classes, that is, when you find summer season, you expect no water in a well, then you just look down and see 2 or 3 ounces of water, then you say, there is a little water. Because negative situation, but slight positive. So there is slight hope left. So what is to what do all the images move towards? All the images are geared to what? Geared to one thing. What is it? A situation of destruction, dismay, then melancholia, hopelessness, and total enfeebled. You are enfeebled, fatigue, unable to move. So that's the picture that brings before us in these 7 lines. Who has written this? We don't know. Whoever has written this is a great attempt. It is a great poem in itself, because in the many layers and dimensions, in many layers and many dimensions, what you see is a place where everything has been destroyed, irrecoverable and irredeemable situation. So this is how when you see, I did not tell you, I also don't know who has written. See, even without knowing anything about the author or the culture or anything, you are getting this impression. You can produce this meaning from this. Another interesting thing about this is you cannot paraphrase this. Can you rewrite this in prose? Impossible. Why? Because it is so deep. You simply cannot express the depth of the significations presented before you in these 7 lines. So this is another aspect of new criticism, heresy of paraphrase. You cannot paraphrase because it is an experience. Now I have been explaining this to you. Tomorrow if I explain, I will have another explanation. That is great poem or a great piece of art or a great piece of work. So here comes that Bakhtinian idea of dialogism, one aspect of it. That is, this is in dialogue with you. This piece is dialogue with you. And you respond. Again, this will throw up new ideas to you. You again respond. Continue this piece will send back ideas or impulses to you. Again you respond. So this is, in some way you understand the idea of dialogism. Dialogism in Bhaktin. I hope you know his Bhaktin. Mikhail Bhaktin. So this piece is thoroughly dialogic because it doesn't stop talking to you and you don't stop responding to that. So it is a two-way process, and that is dialogism. One aspect of it. Understand? So you enjoy that when you come to it. So you got the picture. Now look at the craftsmanship. Another thing that you can see. Full of irony. Isn't it? Irony. Everywhere you find a political question. Breeding like this. Memory and desire. Dull roots stirring. Winter kept us warm. A little light. Forgetful snow. Everywhere is the same thing. So it is packed with the tension as a result of this irony. The use of irony, one after another. Again, you can see. Simple thing you might have noticed this rhyming. Breeding, mixing, stirring, covering, feeding. So those are simple things for us. Rhyming. Isn't it? Then, what do you find is that paradox you find. Irony and paradox. Irony and paradox, they cause tension, no doubt about it. After the tension, you get it is like the bursting of a volcano. Volcano bursts because there is a tension, and then the lava flows down. And what is this lava? That is, for us, it is the meaning. One after another. Spitting fire, the lava. And then, like that, this piece is spitting significations after significations. One after another. And so it is ever in dialogue with you. The dialogism. Understand? Connected to this, you also find dialogic, that means to use again another aspect of Bhaktin's philology, language, is that the theory of language is multiplicity of voices. Multiplicity of voices. What he calls heteroglossia. 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 Gloss means language. Different languages or different voices. Heteroglossia. You find it here. You find the voice of April is who is talking to you. Somebody there. Who is this us? And then multiplicity of meanings. So you can also apply this concept of heteroglossia here. Now, paradox, heteroglossia, dialogism, polyphony, another thing. Many voices, multiple voices. That's what we find here. It is not one voice doesn't mean that it should be spoken by a human being. It can be meanings, multiplicity of meanings. So these things, this is what you find here. So what happens when you read this, these ideas come to your mind and you are in a world of experience created by whoever has written this. And then again another thing happens, it has got application to each and every person's life. Understand? At least in some time in our life, we must have undergone this experience of helplessness experience of being exterminated by someone, experience of unable to move, experience of whatever help you get, unable to receive. Understand? So thus you can have again other layers of meaning and experience. So finally what happens? As a great critic has said, this is a raid on the inarticulate. A raid on the inarticulate. Because you find the world of chaos, but at the same time you find there is unity. In a tension-bound, chaotic world, you find a great work of art gives you, it is an invitation to an oasis. In a desert you have no hope, but a great work of art is an invitation to an oasis. So that feeling comes to your mind. So when you go through this again, I can tell you, you go through this tragic experience. What is the end of tragic experience? Catharsis. See thus you can go on adding dimensions and layers and different experiences. You can connect it with you, with your culture, with history, with your life in your locality. So that is universe, sublime. So here we come to that point what Lonjana said, it transports you from the place you stand to some other place. After appreciating or reading and finding out the meaning and the craftsmanship, enjoying the craftsmanship, and also how the whole thing has been created, crafted well. After reading this, what happens? You are moved to some other place. This is the great work of art. So our conclusion is, whoever has written this, it is one of the greatest pieces of or works of literature. Further reading is not required. We are not concerned whether there are other lines following or not. Even otherwise, we are very happy. We are intoxicated with that sublime feeling of being transported from when you started reading and when you came to the end of it. You are in a different place. If you are, when you started reading, you are here in square one. When you have finished reading, you are in square 9. You have moved. And that is the great work of art. So if you are asked, is this a great work of art? Yes. Because all the parameters of greatness you will find here. Understand? What more you want? You need not write volumes to describe or give a vivid account of the present day world, the helplessness of people, the tensions of the people. Isn't it? Then destruction of environment, destruction of relationships, human relationships. Destruction of relationship with nature, with the animal world. So for everything you have this. So denotation, connotation, significations, dialogue, then tension, craftsmanship, irony, paradox. Then in between you have got rhyming, making the lines beautiful, as Aristotle has said. See? Then finally, the pleasure of catharsis. Catharsis is a pleasure. Finally, when you come to this, you have got the pleasure of catharsis. My dear friends, I just tried and this presented before you just to show you how the new criticism, how the new critics approach a work of art. And if you approach a work of art without information, biographical information of the author, historical information of the time, culture, influences of culture, or the process of creation, nothing will prevent you from enjoying a piece of great work of art. This is new criticism. So instead of telling you giving you all the theoretical aspects, I thought of demonstrating it and then telling you about the theoretical aspects that we will see tomorrow. I mean the next class. So if you find any wild birds in me, wild bird, playing cricket is wild birds. In my discussion, what I have been telling you. So here is my mail. Don't mock me, fellow students. Bye. Have a nice day. Enjoy. You should also try, I should say, you should also try to detach, like say from a piece from a novel, a great novel, or a piece from a great poem, or a piece from a short story, or anything, any great work of art. Try a brainstorming with whatever knowledge you have. Even if you have no background knowledge, still you can enjoy great works of art. That is what the new critics say, and in our next class we will have some theoretical explanations about the new criticism and new critics. At least we will go through the ideas and approaches of the great ones among them, like Cleon Brook, J.C. Ransom, Alan Tate, and you have got the other person I was talking to you about, I. Richards. So such people, you will see what are their ideas. Now this is new criticism. The approach is this, practical criticism. Alright, so I don't know, you don't want me to repeat all those things what I have been telling. It's too long since I have been talking to you. Okay, bye, have a nice day.